Have you ever been stuck on a problem, maybe trying to improve something and you just keep hitting a wall? Well, it turns out the real solution might be to just start over. We're going to dive into a really powerful way of thinking that innovators use to find these huge breakthroughs just by looking at problems from the ground up. Okay, so to kick things off, let's look at a super simple invention that, believe it or not, took centuries to show up. It's the perfect way to see how our thinking can get completely stuck in a rut. I mean, really think about that for a second. We're talking ancient Romans with leather bags and ancient Romans with wheeled chariots. The basic parts were there for literally thousands of years, but somehow nobody put them together. What was holding back such an obvious idea? Well, this timeline tells the whole story. For centuries, every single innovation was just about making the bag better. Let's use a new material like nylon, or hey, let's add zippers. Everyone was just tweaking the existing idea of a bag. Nobody stepped back to rethink the real problem, which was, how do we move our heavy stuff around more easily? And this really gets to the heart of two totally different ways to think. The first one, thinking by analogy, is what we do like 99% of the time. We look at what's already been done and we make small incremental improvements. But the second way, thinking from first principles, is about tearing the problem down to its absolute bare bones and building a solution up from there. All right, so what is this game-changing way of thinking? The one that people like Johannes Gutenberg and Elon Musk use to spot the solutions that pretty much everyone else misses. Let's really break it down.
This quote from Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, just nails it. He's not talking about improving something, he's talking about a total reinvention. The idea is to learn the fundamentals so you can just toss out the old rulebook and write a brand new one based on what's actually true.
So, here it is in a nutshell. First principles thinking is all about getting past that, well, this is how we've always done it mindset. You don't just accept the current way of doing things. You question it, you deconstruct it, and you see if you can build something way better from scratch. And this is not some new tech bro idea, right? This goes way back. Gutenberg didn't ask, how can we make scribes write faster? That's analogy thinking. No, instead, he looked at the fundamental parts. He needed a way to apply pressure. Boom, a wine press. And he needed a way to form letters, movable type. He combined two totally unrelated ideas to literally change the world. Okay, so how do you actually do this in praxis? Well, the most critical step, and honestly the hardest one, is you have to challenge every single assumption you think you know about a problem. I mean, wow, this quote from Elon Musk is everything. We spend so much energy and brain power making things more efficient or faster or cheaper without ever stopping to ask the most important question. Wait, do we even need this thing at all? And Musk points out something really interesting. The most dangerous assumptions usually come from the experts, because we're way less likely to question them. So what's his solution? Radical accountability. Every single requirement for a project has to have a person's name on it, not a department, a person. That way, you can walk right up to them and ask, is this really necessary? You stop treating requirements like they're set in stone. So how do you make this a repeatable process? Well, at SpaceX and Tesla, Musk has actually formalized this into a 5-step process that forces his teams to think from first principles. Now, the order here is absolutely critical. It all starts with questioning everything. That's step 1. But look where optimization comes in, step 3. And automation is dead last. The first 2 steps are entirely about challenging assumptions and then just deleting stuff before you even think about making what's left any better. And this rule he has for step 2 is so important. Our natural tendency is to always add things, just in case. So Musk forces his teams to be so aggressive with deleting parts that they actually have to go back and add some of them back in later. It's an incredible way to fight against unnecessary complexity. Now, what's really cool is how this applies to things that aren't rockets. Let's look at a fantastic case study from IKEA that shows how first principles thinking can solve a very human, very everyday kind of problem. So IKEA teamed up with the Porto Design Factory to tackle this classic challenge. Now, thinking by analogy would be like, how can we make the screws better? Or maybe we can make the instruction manual clearer, but that's not what they did.
Nope, they went all the way back to first principles from the customer's point of view. And after building a bunch of prototypes, they had this huge insight. The real pain point wasn't how hard the screws were to use. It was the fact that screws existed at all. What if you could build furniture without any tools or tiny parts to lose?
And this is what they came up with. They called it link technology. Instead of trying to optimize the screws, they just deleted them completely. By embedding this flexible fiber that connects all the pieces, kind of like origami, they totally re-engineered the solution by getting rid of the source of the problem. It's brilliant.
And the results? They were fantastic. People found it way easier and much more intuitive. This is just a perfect example of how breaking a problem down to its absolute core, in this case the need for a sturdy connection, and then building up from there, can lead to a breakthrough that you'd never find with small improvements.
So from rolling suitcases to rockets to flat pack furniture, what's the big takeaway from all this? How can we use this in the problems that we faced every day?
Look, at the end of the day, this isn't some secret technique that's only for billionaires. It's a mindset. It's really about having the courage to question the givens in your job, in your industry, maybe even in your personal life. And just reason for yourself from the most basic truths you can find.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Think about a challenge you're facing right now. Are you just trying to make the current solution a little bit better? Or what might happen if you actually broke it all the way down to its first principles and built something entirely new, something fundamentally better? The answer might just blow you away.